Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video of course we are going to start the agency. So this is me coming online right after it's been deployed, or well, let's say a couple of hours after it's been deployed, but I just got back from work and I have a couple of quests to try and complete. So bring the law, locate and complete a combat signature site, but then strategic enforcement, locate and complete a combat signature site while flying a Tech 3 cruiser. Minor defense, destroy pirates in the asteroid belts, that's pretty easy. Hadn't seen that yet. Battle cruiser enforcement, locate and complete a combat signature site while flying a battle cruiser. Then we have pirate eradication, that's the regular one, kill 25 pirates. If you find combat signature, something like that, you'll be able to complete that. Same with bountiful prey. Those are a couple of quests that will very easily be finished, but this does mean that you basically if you want to go from easy to difficult, you want different chips, I think, to run those signatures that you will find. So that's why I'm going to start out with the destroyer here. So I do have a probe launcher on my confessor, and you know, I think that this can run some of the really easy combat signatures which the Ishtar can't run, and of course the Tech 3 cruiser and a battle cruiser would not be able to run either. So we'll start with that. I think that's going to be pretty much the most efficient way of doing it. You can try to locate a better combat site right off the bat, but I wouldn't be flying in a Tech 3 cruiser right away, for instance, because you're limited to the vigil and the watch, and you never know when you find another combat signature that could be interesting. So let's get started. Let's see what this one is. It's probably gonna be a wormhole, but who knows? Maybe we can be lucky, and I'm definitely going to open up Dotlan as well, so that I have a bit of an idea of what other systems I can check. Yeah, that's a wormhole as expected. So we are off to Chunka, and in the meantime get Dotlan open. There we go, that should work. And let's see if I can find something like I don't know, there's like forlorn hideaways, things. There are some really easy combat signatures out there as well, which most people skip. It is possible, of course, now with the agency that you'll have a lot more competition for those sites. A Gnosis, that would make a lot of sense to try and fly out there in a Gnosis as well. But at the moment, yeah, only 2 signatures. Seems like it is going to be busy. Do I have an extra set of probes in this one? Yes, I do. These are pretty big. And what I would personally do, if you happen to now find something like a vigil or a watch or a 3 or a 4 out of 10, I would actually go and reship and try to race to that site as quickly as possible. So let's see what we'll find first. And you could say, then why are you scanning in the confessor? Because you'll finish that quest anyways if you manage to find one in a cruiser or a battle cruiser. Damages to wormholes. Then that is true, but there is, in my opinion, a very high chance that you'll find one of the other sites before you will find something that is suitable for your cruiser or your battle cruiser. I think the battle cruiser can do 4 out of 10s, maybe 3 out of 10s, I'm not sure actually. So that is something that I'll have to test out here as well. But yeah, the daily grind basically makes its entrance in EVE Online. We'll see if we can get in on that. So we do have a Sasha Hideaway. I'm not sure if we'll get 25 rats there, but that is something that we could try. Let's see here. I do have a login booster as well, 43 minutes. Can I know what it does? Plus 3% speed, plus 3% scan resolution, and lasts for 30 minutes. So this gives me a chance, in this case for 3 minutes, probably due to skills. This will give me a chance to try and find stuff a little bit more quickly at the moment. So let's see if there's a couple rats here that we can kill, try to make progress on the agency. Although this is probably in general a waste of time. I think you're probably better off just going to maybe some belts or something like that if you do want to make some progress right off the bat. So you do see that we get some bounties out of that, and we also kill some frigates as a jackdaw enters here as well. Yeah, I think that it is quite interesting. I think you'll see a lot of activity when it comes to exploration. You can see right here that he's also doing these rats, which means I'm going to just move on to Dira here. No need to waste too much time, but it's definitely working as intended, of course. We can now see that it does register progress on the quest here. So we have a little bit of bounties and 6 pirates killed. So let's move on. Let's see if we can find a good combat signature to do. But as I was saying, I think you'll see a lot of activity here, especially in HiSec. This can be completed in the full safety of HiSec. I think that for most people this is going to be the choice as well. I think it makes a lot of sense to not go into low sec or null sec if you're not really if you're not really all too familiar with that. Go and risk this just for the agency. It'll cost you a bit more time, of course, especially with all the competition, but in my opinion it still makes a lot of sense to go hunt for these sites in HiSec. And it's the daily quest in EVE Online. I can understand if you feel a little bit conflicted by that, because this is supposed to be a sandbox, of course, and it still is a sandbox. The way this is being implemented does follow the sandbox rules, but I think it must also be said, yeah, Stradio's probably looking for stuff as well. And another wormhole, which means that we're going to move to a next system. I think it must be said that this is basically a way that CCP has now to steer activity in certain directions, right? If you want to complete the quests of the agency, well, you have to do exploration, because we're talking about combat signature here, combat signature in Tech 3 site, combat signature in a battlecruiser. Those are things that you can basically only complete in one way, and that is by doing some active exploration. And is that something that the game needs? From the pure sandbox perspective, I can understand if that is not what you would like to see CCP implement. On the other hand, of course, the daily quest treadmills are a big part of gaming these days, and well, as long as the grind is not too horrendous, I think it's okay to try and implement this just to get people to come back into the game. Now this one looks a little bit interesting here. REW is very small, and so that could be one of those combat signatures that I'm talking about. Yep, it's actually a combat site. That was a little bit expected. Let's see what it is and if my tactical destroyer can enter that. And I will also take a look at the numbers, but I think we'll be able to complete. Yeah, it's a haunted yard. That is going to be that's interesting. I think that's rogue drones. Very doable. We'll see if this towards which parts of the agency that this will count, if I can actually enter the site. So let's go. Let's take a look at that. In the meantime, let's also take a quick look at the other signatures, just in case it's something interesting. Alright, that's decently easy to scan as well, apparently. And let's see if I can actually enter the haunted yard. I can do level 2 missions in this, so I would suspect that yes, but I'm not sure, because of course I've not downgraded to anything else than the Ishtar in quite a while, and that should be close to here. Yep, here we go. We're entering the site. Nice. Another cosmic signature. Let's see if we can at least see what it is. Maybe we can find our way back. And so here we've got some rogue drones that we can go after. Let's see. Let's just start firing. That's just a data site, so nothing too interesting there. In the meantime, we are slightly hitting them. Let's see if this triggers anything on the quest for bounties or anything like that. Doesn't look like it. So, and there we get these caskets. Oh man, I haven't done something like the haunted yard in a long time, because of course the Ishtar can't actually enter this site. So this is a little bit interesting. Let's see if we can hit those guys. You are next. And well, they're pretty fast. I'm webbed here as well, so we're going to have to start counter webbing. Let's see if we can hit at this range. Yeah, that doesn't work too well. Interesting. Let's take multi-frequency, webbed, and fire. That does hit them. Good. I wouldn't know what exactly it is that we have to mostly look out for in this site, or where possible loot can be. But the idea, of course, is to get a quick completion on the quests. So let's grab this guy. Blop. Decent hits. Oh, okay. Still hitting that. 18 points achieved. Okay. I must have like killed the right thing or something. Yeah, there we go. 23 hours until the next challenge. And I basically completed because I took care of the right rat, I assume. I completed this site, and the reason is it probably despawned. Let's take a look at that. Here we go. Probe scanner. Yeah, because it despawned, I basically get the credits for doing this combat site. And that's the first quest done for the agency. Quite interesting. Not exactly the result that I was expecting. Because I would have thought, yeah, maybe this would count towards pirates. They are, of course, offensive rogue drones, but don't count towards the factions. And so, oh, my bounties do go up. That's interesting. Yeah. So the bounties do go up for rogue drones, but you don't get any credits for killing rats because they're not in the right faction. I wonder if I can open this. Yep, first here. Okay, let's take a look at these. All right, you're next. Thank you. And some more loot like that. Okay. Next up, let's maybe go to some belts. See if there's another quest that we can quickly finish. But this one gonna take a bit of doing. This one's gonna take a bit of doing as well. And these, well, if you complete one more of these quests, then it's pretty easy. So, okay, first day of the agency here. I'm personally going to try to find like the most efficient way of doing this. When here's Dushia Foundry with a couple of rats. I'm going to try to find the most efficient way of completing these sites. And my first thought here is what you're seeing, of course. Downgrade to something that could do any combat site that you'll encounter, just to get a couple of quests done pretty quickly. Go hunt for a couple of belt rats like this. Alright, moving on to the next one. And after that, if you feel like it, if you have the time to look for even more signatures, then go and try to find some to do in a Tech 3 cruiser and in a battle cruiser, apparently. I didn't know that that quest was going to be part of this, but makes it on the one hand a little bit interesting. There's more variety, there are more options that way. On the other hand, of course, it does force you to do like more exploration in different ships, and it's gonna become more time consuming because of that. On the other hand, of course, you get 23 hours to complete that, and then the next day, especially if you can finish all of them in 1 hour, you can go again. So seems reasonable to me. I just don't know if, especially for the high-sec Care Bears like myself, you'll be able to finish all of this stuff off in like 1 hour. So let's go to the next belts. Let's see if we can, how quickly we're going to be able to complete minor defense. Just need to kill 3 more, so with a bit of luck that is doable. But this is of course the 4th belt that we're going to check. Here again, maybe one of the reasons why I do like to downgrade to something like a tactical destroyer. This one is of course a little bit faster than any of the other ships that you have to complete quests in, and as a result it's gonna save you a little bit of time just to complete this quest here. So let's try to at least finish that one, and then we'll see how much more time I want to spend on the edges. There we go, 3 of them, perfect. So let's start hitting these guys. Okay. We want to go into sniper mode, of course. There we go. Another one down. You're down, and you are down as well. Another 10 points scored. And at this point, I do think that personally I would head back home and actually grab either the Tech 3 cruiser or the battle cruiser. I think I'm gonna grab the battle cruiser and look for 3 or 4 out of 10s if I can actually enter those sites in a battle cruiser. So that's something that I don't know yet, and that's next on my list to do. But for now, there you go, guys. Quick first look at the agency. This is basically, I think, if you want to stay in the safety of high-sec, how I would be running this one. Yeah, complete a quick signature in something like a tactical destroyer, get into a couple of belts to complete that quest, and after that, it's just about finding a signature for your battlecruiser or your Tech 3 cruiser to finish the rest of it. And with 20 points, I am, well, slightly towards a first place as a reward. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.